radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hello, I'm Margie Taylor, the host of Conroe Culture News, Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting live out of downtown Conroe, the City Hall building, and this is FM 104.5, 106.1. Facebook Live, Conroe Culture News, live streaming, irlonestar.com, and YouTube Live. So if you miss it right now, you can tune in later and share away. Today we have guest Courtney Galle from Lone Star Family Health Center. She's with the Marketing Communications Manager. And Caroline Cruz, Texas A&M Agri-Life Extension County Extension Agent, and Connor Murnane. He is with Texas A&M Forest Service as a district forester. In the second half, we'll hear Sarah Lindley Bailey. She's an activist for parental rights. She's going to tell us all about that, how she is advocating for parents to be able to make choices for their child's medical care. Believe it or not, that doesn't happen. So, with that, a few things going on around us. The show, first of all, is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic and the Lake Conroe Realty Group. The Lake Conroe Realty Group has Vinny Sinisi, and he is attributing that to one of the best sources for buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Vinny Sinisi, because it's an easy name to remember. Roger Stein Chiropractic is located at 3033 West Davis by Conroe High School and Taco Bell. She helps people from all ages and backgrounds, infants to seniors, weekend athletes to professionals, with a focus on natural holistic healing to achieve optimal health. And Dr. Stacy Rogers has 3 other physicians on the staff with her, and they are devoted to adjusting extremities, arm, legs, hands, feet, clinical nutrition, prenatal, and pediatric care. If you're a new patient, it is $35 to go see her or one of her physicians, and it all gets donated back to CASA, children that are in the child welfare system. So, a few things happening around us. Well, we're moving into November very quickly here. And have you noticed a change in temperature in the air? Well, that's how it is here on the Gulf Coast. It's a little chilly, but it'll probably be warm again at the end of the week. So, a few things going on. This is the last weekend for leading ladies at the Owen Theater and Clue at the Crichton Theater. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The performances start at 7:30, and Sunday is a matinee starting at 2 p.m. Tickets available at theowentheater.com or crichtontheater.org for their respective shows. The Texas Custom Knife Show is coming up this Saturday and Sunday, November 4th and 5th, at the Lone Star Pavilion at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds, featuring Forged in Fire contestants and champions, a live forging contest, tomahawk throwing, that sounds a little wild, and a live blade sports chop contest. So, if you want to go check it out, it is renowned as the Conroe Knife Show. You can find details at texascustomknifeshow.com. So there's a lot of things coming up Veterans Day weekend. First of all, Family Promise is raising funds for homeless families with children at their annual fish fry on Saturday, November 11th at the North Montgomery County Community Center in Wills from noon to 3. You can get a fish dinner with 2 sides for $12. Stay for the live auction and place a bet on their silent auction items. More information at familypromise of montgomerycounty.org. The Nutcracker Holiday Extravaganza is also on November 11th. There's a lot of stuff going on. And that is 9 to 5 at the Lone Star Convention Center. Veterans Day events. Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park will host their dedication of the line, swearing in of new recruits to the United States Army, and the groundbreaking of the new Education and Visitor Center at 9 a.m. that Saturday, November 11th. Over there by the park at 1776 Freedom Boulevard Way in Conroe. The Mighty Oaks Foundation is doing a 22 for 22, shining a light on veteran suicide with a festival ending at Heritage Park starting at 8 a.m. Every single day, an estimated 22 veterans commit suicide. So they have a gentleman who is running 22 marathons in 22 days. I got to tell you, as someone who used to run marathons, that is extremely hard on your body. A marathon is 26.2 miles, so imagine doing that for 22 days. Well, he's been all over the country doing this, and he will end his 22 days at Heritage Park with the Mighty Oaks Foundation on that day. And it starts at 8 a.m. There will be booths there having to do with veterans associations, so go there and check it out. So with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with my first guest from Lone Star Family Health Center, Texas A&M Agri-Life Extension, and Texas A&M Forest Service. We'll be right back.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
And we are back. Sitting across the table from me is Courtney Galle. She's with Lone Star Family Health Center as Marketing Communications Manager. And then directly across from me is Connor Murnane. He's with Texas A&M Forest Service as the District Forester. And right next to me is Caroline Cruz, and she's the Texas A&M Agri-Life Extension Manager?
County Extension Agent.
County Extension Agent. Okay, so they are all working together collectively, all these three individuals, to put on Rooted in Health, Nurtured by Nature Health Wellness event on November 4th, right?
Yes. Yeah, we're excited.
So that's a Saturday.
Yes, it is.
It is.
I know, November, just November
Well,
itself.
I hate a week when
Wow.
it's split between the end of the month and the beginning of the month. Like, what month, like we're in October, then November, October, yeah.
So, this happens, this is off subject, but as soon as Halloween, you can just forget you're in January, right?
Well,
you
true.
blink and that's just the way it goes. So
True.
November, we have short months, but for some reason, November always just rushes through.
Yeah.
And then
true.
we're in Christmas and so forth. So this is spot on, and I think the weather is going to be warm on this day.
We hope it'll be great this year.
I mean, I don't
because-
even know what the prediction is. Of course, we don't really know,
Yeah.
but it says 78.
Good.
Yeah,
Last
so-
year we were going to do it. It was going to be our first year. And
So it'll be sunny.
And it rained.
Well, it's
Yeah,
supposed to
big
be
time.
sunny.
So yeah,
Downpour.
yeah.
So it should be nice
Yes.
out. So tell me, who, what, when, where, how. So we know when. We know that's November 4th.
Yes.
And what are the times of this event?
It's from 11 to, no, sorry. That's, oh my gosh. It's from 9 to 2. It's right in front of me. 9
Okay, you're
a.m. to
fired.
2 p.m. Bye. No.
Okay.
And it's at Jones State Forest on 1488.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we all love 1488. So just get there early.
Yes.
So this is on the side where you park your cars, right? Because there's like two sides of 1488 and Jones Park. Is that right, Connor?
That's correct, yeah. So we'll be on the north side. This is kind of where our office buildings are, on the north side of the forest there, close to people's intersection.
So as you're going westbound on 1488, it'll be on the
Your
right.
On your right side.
So that's where people go and park.
Yes.
Okay, so see, that's good to know
Yeah.
because I
Yes.
would have gone to the other side,
Yeah.
where all the little trails are and everything.
Right.
You can go, but we won't be on that side.
You're more than welcome to go.
So then
there.
you're going to have to cross the heavy traffic.
Right.
But it'll probably be
Yes.
stopped and not moving, so it'll be easier. Anyway, so we know where it is now. And so what are they going to go and see? And there's no cost to this, right?
That's right. It is a free event, free to the public. We'll talk real quick about kind of who's involved with this event. So like Courtney kind of mentioned, we had this wonderful idea and had this event planned for last November. And we had a pretty big storm system move through. So unfortunately, we had to call it a cancel due to the weather. But we dialed up really great weather for this year.
Good.
So we are looking forward
Way
to
to go.
that. And we were a little bit smart. So we scheduled a rain out date, but we won't even mention that
'Cause it's
today
not gonna happen.
because it
It's
won't
beautiful.
happen.
Yes.
Good.
So we are completely looking forward to it this weekend with some great weather. And so just to tell you a little bit more about what this event is. So the partners putting on this event is Texas A&M Agri-Life Extension, Texas A&M Forest Service, Lone Star Family Health Center, and Recovery Untamed. So we can talk a little bit about, what our involvement is from each of us since we're here today. But this is what this group has kind of come up with is that this is the first event of this type to happen in our county. So we're really excited about it. We're just going to go ahead and claim that as we're the first
Right.
ones to do
Sure.
this.
Done.
So unless otherwise noted, we'll be the first ones to do this exact
care
type
about
of an
other
event.
comments. Just go with it.
Yeah, we're taking it. We're flying that
Okay.
that banner proudly. So the purpose of this event, again, it is a free family event. We want you to come out, enjoy the weather, enjoy the location if you've never been to the W.G. Jones State Forest before, or if you've been many times, it's a time to come and have some activities that we'll be leading you through as a family or as an individual. All ages, we want you to come out and enjoy. We know that there are positive benefits on our human health when we spend time in nature and in
Absolutely.
the outdoors.
I love being out in nature.
Yeah. And it's our physical health, our mental and emotional health, and our social health as a society as well. So we know there's documented research all over the place about those positive benefits when we spend time in nature. And so that's the focus of this event. We've been to health fairs before, but this is a different, obviously we're going to be all outdoors. Everything is outdoors from the time you get there till the time you're finished with the day. Nature is going to be our background for the day, and we're going to bring in that health component into this event, but I think in a new and unique way. That's why we're saying we're the first ones to do this here. So we're very excited, and we can talk about that today, some of the things we're going to do.
So, you're going to be out in the trees and you're going to be out in nature.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have never been on that side, so I don't even know what's
either.
over there. What are they going to see? What are they going to do?
So the Jones State Forest is roughly 1,700 acres. Most people know it for the south side, which is about 1,300 acres, but there are the remaining 400 acres of the forest there on the north side. Other than our office compound facilities, we do have a multitude of trails over there as well. And our claim to fame on the Jones State Forest is an endangered woodpecker species, the red-cockaded woodpecker. So that's kind of what we're known for. It's on a lot of birders' bucket lists, the list of species that they want to see before they do
Are they out this time of year?
They are, yeah. So
Okay.
red-cockaded woodpeckers are non-migratory, so they're there all year long. You'll see them early mornings, late
And
evenings.
you hear them knocking?
And you'll hear them knocking. The unique thing about this species, they're the only ones that live in living pine trees. Most other woodpecker species live in dead pine trees.
Well, that's interesting.
They are a federally endangered species. There's talks with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service about delisting them currently. But right now we're managing to maintain that population that we have in the forest. We have about 17 birds approximately right now. So that's our claim to fame there. Other than that, there's over 17 miles of trails in the forest. It's open to the public 7 days a week, dawn to dusk, no entrance fees or anything like that.
Plenty of parking?
Plenty of parking. If not, we'll make some, and we'll find places to park.
So are you a bird watcher?
I'm not too much into the bird watching scene. It is very popular, obviously, on the forest. It's just, knowing trees and plants things is a whole nother realm.
Is that where you,
That's where kind of I like to live.
your passion is?
That's where I kind of like to live there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in the trees and the plants.
Nice. So, there's going to be trails out there. Are they guided tour trails? How does that work?
Well, I know Lone Star Family Health Center is going to be doing Walk with the Doc. So our own Dr. Porter, who is a provider at Lone Star Family Health Center, and he is our medical director, will be out there doing some physician-led healthy walks and conversations. So I know this is like a passion of his. He loves to do this. And although I haven't talked to him today, I know he's truly excited for this. So we're looking forward to doing that. And we'll have a booth out there too, just to talk about healthcare and getting your flu shot and coming, to see the doctor and what we're all about. We'll have giveaways, things like that, that we'll do. So we're really excited to be able to partner and have this event. I do have to disclose, I am not an outside girl. I'm an inside girl. No, I am an inside girl, but I am looking forward to this.
But you'll be there anyway?
I will be there anyways. I am looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a beautiful day. Anytime I can go out and talk about the health center, I love. But yes, I will be an outside girl that day.
Wow,
I'll
I didn't
be
know
prepared.
you weren't an outside girl.
No, I'm not.
I guess I can't be friends with you.
No.
No, I guess that's okay. That'll be fine. There's so many things that Lone Star Family Health Center provides, services that people don't know about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we have 5 locations. Our flagship location is in Conroe, and then we have offices in Willis, in Huntsville, in Grangerland, in Spring, and we're a family health care provider. So we like to say we put family and family medicine, but we also have dental services, women's services.
Are
so
those
women's
only
health,
at specific locations?
Yeah, so dental is only at Conroe. The women's health is at Conroe, but we can see other patients in other locations if needed. We can schedule that. But we have in-house pharmacy in Conroe and in Huntsville, although those pharmacies are only for our patients. So if you're not a patient, you can't use them. But it's great, kind of like a one-stop shop. Like if you go to the doctor,
and you get a prescription,
we
it's
encourage
done.
people just to go and get, who wants to
it's just
then
easy.
have to go, although
No,
we love
not
the
me.
other places. But yes, total convenience. And so, of course, we accept families, and we, I think a little bit of a misconception is, do I have to be a resident of Montgomery County? No, you do not. And we accept insurance, so private insurance. We accept Medicaid, Medicare, and self-pay. And then we also have a sliding fee discount program. And I encourage everybody to see if they're eligible for that before they become patients, because you never know. You can have private insurance and be eligible for that. So it's just a way to get discounted fees. And who doesn't want to pay less to go to the doctor? I mean,
There's amazing things happening over there at Lone Star Family Health
Yes.
Center. I think in the beginning they didn't take insurance way back.
20 years ago, we've been here for 20 years. Well,
Yeah.
that was last year. We celebrated 20 years of being in the community. So, yeah,
It's grown
yes.
because I remember it was a small,
Yes.
small, scary clinic in the beginning. Because I used to
Before
take
my
people-
time. Before
Oh,
my
yeah,
time
well,
there, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
actually, Marilyn Kazmierski,
Yes, mm-hmm.
her first day there, I came in and insisted that she had to treat a homeless young man that was in high school. And she goes, well, I don't know how. I said, I'm not leaving till you do. So I figured it out. I remember those days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our mission is to serve the underserved, but we welcome anybody. So,
but amazing things they offer.
Thank you.
So you're going to have a booth there.
Yep.
You're having Walk with a Dog.
Yep.
And Connor, what's your role there? What are you going to do?
We're helping, host the event.
You're
there
hosting.
on the front. So,
and you're going to talk about
helping with parking,
the trees and all of that.
No, we'll be walking around with Dr. Porter, with some of the other physicians, and their Walk with the Dog programs, kind of exposing people to nature and the plants and species and things around them as well. So
Do they have any hands-on things that they're going to be doing?
Yes, we're
Caroline?
going to be doing some hands-on things. So, and about Walk with the Doc again, it's a really neat opportunity for people to be able to interact with a physician outside of a clinical setting.
Informally.
With someone that is very approachable
Yes.
and loves people
Yes.
and wants people to engage in their own health and their own healthcare choices. So it's not where you show up and say, I think I have a broken pinky. Can you administer aid to me? This is a chance to talk with a doctor,
call. Yeah.
right? To talk with a doctor about other things that are going on in overall health. And
In general.
Yes, and I feel pretty certain Dr. Porter, because of his, he's a real ally for nature, for our health. At Lone Star Family Health Center has a Nature Explore classroom outside of the building, which was the first Nature Explore classroom established at a medical facility
What does
in
that
the
mean?
United
What do they
States.
do? That's huge.
It is really huge. So it's an outdoor space. It's not a playground where we think of a typical
Right.
hardscape type of a playground, but there are natural components. Like Connor at the Forest will provide tree cookies, tree slices that are out there for kids and families to use as play items. There's a music station. There's all different things that focus on using nature for health. Inside the health center, there's a big prescription pad where Lone Star Family Health is prescribing patients time in nature for your own health. So it's pretty neat that we have the very first established Nature Explore classroom in the whole country at a medical facility
it is amazing.
right here in Conroe.
Yeah.
So that's a neat part of being able to do Walk with a Dog, like Dr. Porter and the other physicians that will be helping out that day, because I do understand that time in nature for us is so important. Another component that we're going to do are nature therapy walks with Recovery Untamed. They will be providing, they are certified nature and forest therapy guides, and they will be providing like a mini forest therapy walk there on the tour. So we're going to offset Walk with the Doc will happen when that is done. The nature and forest therapy walks will happen, and it'll kind of offset throughout the day so people can participate.
So if they're not
in
there
both
at
of those.
9, they can come later
Yes.
and see
do
some of the both
Yes,
things.
we're going to stagger
Okay.
that. So the nature and forest therapy walks will be led by certified guides for that as well. In addition, we will have education stations, like different activity booths. So we'll have, each of us, will have different places where people can walk up to a booth or a table space to do things in between when they're doing these other walks. So there's always going to be something going on that people can come and participate
A lot of
in.
exploring.
Yeah, a lot of exploring. And I mean, we think about this event a little bit different than, a lot of things we go to now. We love going to as, just people as well, are always being entertained. Well, this is a little bit different, where we're here for a purpose to be immersed in nature for a few hours on a beautiful morning at a wonderful place like the Jones State Forest.
You don't sit and listen, you get engaged.
Right, you get engaged. We'll have different activity booths. Like we have Met Thriving Families will have a booth there that day. REI is going to have a booth there that day. We have, several
interesting.
different groups that will be having
Are you an outdoor
education
girl?
station. I am.
I know you're an outside guy. I got that.
But
Okay.
I know I taught a class this past Thursday at Lone Star College at the Academy for Lifelong Learning called It's in Our Nature, talking about exploring nature and how good it is for our health. And,
Yeah, I think it is.
I explained to the class, to the students there, I like my time outside, but just like other people, I hate saying the B word, busy. Like I also struggle with fitting that time in my schedule too, with work and just life.
Right.
But being really intentional with it, even if it's like 5 or 10 minutes during my workday, get up from my computer, maybe go outside. I'm lucky to have a nice big window and where I can see outside. That's helpful too. But even if it's just taking a few minutes to go and walk and not have my phone on me and just disconnect for a few minutes, I
love
feel
that.
energized and I feel like I can get back on task.
I always feel better
too.
too if I can go out and like walk outside and do that, or step outside because I
That's what I
work
do.
from home, so like I'm inside all day. But just to like go out, just walk outside. I will, even though I'm not an official outside girl.
will dip your toes.
But yeah, just to have some vitamin D, like to get that, it really does energize you. You would be surprised, and I've learned that kind of
without your phone, you can
planning
really
this. Yes,
get in your head, and
of
I talk
course.
to my son outside when I walk a couple of miles.
Yeah.
I just do that.
Yeah.
There's
I,
something
I'm,
about
I live
it.
on the lake, so I can walk around there and do all
Yeah.
that, and just be without the phone.
Right.
Seriously, I can be without my phone and live.
Yeah.
Although I get antsy if I don't know where it's at. But
You can have it in your pocket, but
it's-
just to have
it's
that,
good.
Yeah.
have that disconnect.
or even
with
walking the
everything.
dog or anything.
Yeah,
Speaking
sure.
of dogs, can you bring your dogs to this event?
That's a good question. I'll let Connor answer that one. I know the answer, but
Dogs are welcome on the forest.
On a leash.
On a leash, of course.
Okay,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
they can come to the event too.
and pick up after your pets.
Pick
Sure.
up after your
that's a
pets.
good point.
Of course, you always
Good point. Yes.
good behaviors.
Yes, but and I think sometimes there's a thought when people are thinking about wanting to go outside or go in nature of I'm not a hiker, I'm not an outdoors person.
Right. Yeah.
So each of us walked from our car in here. You're a hiker. Hiking is walking.
Love it. Check. I'm gonna put that. I'm
You
gonna
know,
hiker.
there's different
You could
levels
be an
of that.
outdoor girl too.
Yeah.
They're gonna convert me by the weekend
You
for
walk
sure.
outside from your car to the building, so you're an outdoors
when
girl.
you go
There
to
you
the
go.
grocery store, unless you do the drive-up
I
thing.
do the pickup. No, I'm telling y'all.
I've
you
done
know,
that once in my
No,
life.
I do it for yes. So I will be open to converting to being an outside girl by the weekend
Well,
for sure. Yeah.
a
But I think
few
that's a great
minutes
point.
outside.
It's like
Yeah.
people who, like me, who are just, that's not their forte.
Yeah.
But yes, you can still do it. It's, you don't have to be intimidated by that, by those
Yes,
words.
and
So your
Yeah.
event is not intimidating.
It is. We are not intimidating by any means, and it's we want all
you see
ages.
Courtney there, you know you're
Well, there you go. There you go.
Everyone has the invite. So that's another kind of thing to talk about is we want everyone and of every age, of every ability to come out. Even something like a nature and forest therapy walk. It is not an exercise program. It's being able to get outside. Some important things to note. We can't promise that a trail is 100% level because there's no paved surfaces there, but it's pretty solid, sturdy ground unless there's a complete washout of rain, which we know that's not going to be in the day before our event.
Well, snakes.
Right, and we have,
There are creatures.
yes,
Yes, they
True.
are.
You are
and we've
nature.
plenty of times facilitated walks there with with school students and that are in either a motorized wheelchair or a push wheelchair that we've been able to manage and navigate around. So we want to just reiterate that. That we want people
So
to come
all
out
are
and don't
welcome.
feel intimidated.
Yeah.
You're not signing up to do, a 25-mile
Strenuous thing.
hike.
No.
Right.
So we really just want everyone to come out and get a taste, whether you're a person who considers yourself an outdoor person or not.
Yeah.
This is a way to come out and learn more, learn how to safely recreate outside. I
Yes.
think REI is going to be providing some of that information.
Yeah, I haven't
and
seen them in a long time.
yeah, we're
now.
excited that they're
That's
going to be
good.
there that day. So yeah, we just want everyone to come on out. And again, it's a free event.
Okay. Well, fabulous. Any last minute words, folks?
Texas Arbor Day is this Friday, November 3rd.
Oh.
So wear green and plant a tree.
We're
love
green.
that.
Look like a tree. Mm-hmm. I love trees. I do. Trees are my favorite. Although a lot of leaves are falling right now.
Yeah, time of the year.
Time
I
of the
guess.
year.
They're
Yeah.
getting kind of bare.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can come and talk to Connor that day on November 4th.
I know. I'm
and
thinking
I
of
know
it.
he will tell
I
you
know
all
I have
about
a
it.
Zoom call that morning, but I want I want to go and yes, I have to be an indoor girl when I don't want to.
I mean, if I'm gonna be there, Margie, as
I can do my indoor thing and go out.
you certainly can.
and maybe
yes.
bring my dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, very good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And that is the Rooted in Health, Nurtured by Nature Health and Wellness event this Saturday, November 4th, from 9 to 2 at W.G. Jones State Forest. If you're coming from 45, you're going to stay in the right lane and park the car when you get there. It's 1328 FM 1488. You'll know you're on 1488. There will be no doubt. So go and have some fun. Absolutely free. Bring the family or go by yourself. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Margie.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with our next episode, so to speak, for the day in just a few minutes.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available in Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Have a legal question? Are you a resident of Montgomery County? Call 281-645-6344 to talk to a volunteer attorney from the Woodlands Bar Association. We answer the phones on the first Monday of every month at 281-645-6344 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to provide general legal information and information about legal resources to Montgomery County residents.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness or reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? The Lone Star Community Radio sponsorship accomplished this.
And we are back for the second part of our show today. I am Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News, Lone Star Community Radio, downtown Conroe, irlonestar.com for live streaming. So I am sitting across the table with Sarah Lindley Bailey, and she's an activist.
Yes, thank you so very much for having me.
Activist or advocate, which do you like better?
Do you know what?
Advocate is softer. Activist is...
I think that you have to be a little more formal and a little more forward.
So she's an activist. She's an activist for parent rights. And we're going to talk about how you got involved on this path, your journey, your why, and what you're doing. Does that sound good?
Sounds perfect.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about you, Sarah.
So, long story short, I love children. Children is my passion, and I was blessed with a 4-year-old. And at 2 years old, she started having regression. I've worked with kids all my life. She was super bright, super smart, strong, beautiful. And I saw a regression with her speech. And whenever she said, I can do it, to me can do it, I was like, something doesn't seem right. And needless to say, I was gaslighted by medical professionals. Oh, you're just a first-time mom. Don't worry. She's on track.
So they were just pushing it away, that there wasn't really anything to be concerned about.
Correct. And I work with special needs, and they were like, oh, well, maybe it's autism. And I was like, if it's autism, that's fine. I don't want the diagnosis. And it was really, really challenging to get an MRI because I kept on getting pushed back. And I was like, you know what? If it's autism, I want that diagnosis. We'll just continue with life as much as we can. And needless to say, whenever she started having a drunk episode, I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I went to the ER after she screamed a scream that still haunts me. And needless to say, I asked for a CAT scan of the brain, and I was denied. And then, not even a month later, she was diagnosed with ATRT, which is a rare type of brain cancer. So I'm an activist for parental rights, medical freedoms, as well as childhood cancer.
It's a hard journey.
It is. It is. And I went up to Austin as much as I could during session, trying to talk to legislators. I testified.
Was this February your first time up there, or had you been there before?
No, this was practically my first time of going. I went on opening day. It was super fun. It was very crowded. It was kind of like a can of sardines with everybody's elbow to elbow. And then it got less crowded throughout the session. And session ended back in the end of May, I do believe. So I went up about 20 times.
That's a lot.
From Houston? Yeah. I'm so glad that,
But you persevered.
I had friends that carpooled and whatnot. And there were a couple of bills that I testified for, and quite a few actually passed. So I'm super excited about that.
So tell me about the bills that passed, and what were you advocating for?
So, long story short, this is my daughter. She's beautiful.
She is.
Super smart. So this...
And your daughter's name?
Taylor. HB 44 prohibits Medicaid discrimination. So more or less, it's kind of like a double-edged sword with this one. I mean, this will help so many different people, don't get me wrong. But this will permit doctors from denying parents from not having vaccines. And because a lot of situations, they get fired from their doctors if they're not up to date on different things. So that's a really important one. And I think this is the Senate bill number. This one did not go through. This was Senator Perry's, and I don't care if you vote left or right, this is a humanity issue.
Nonpartisan, right.
Yes. And so, needless to say, she had adverse reactions to blood products. She would have hives from head to toe, and she also had reactions to gabapentin. If you're on gabapentin, please try to find an alternative because it causes depression, hallucinations. It was not good. She had adverse reactions to blood products, and I tried to do more natural stuff, and I had to wait for different egotistical doctors to finish their round before I had a doctor that would listen. And so this is more or less reporting adverse reactions. So more or less what I was told was that unless she stops breathing or her heart stops beating, then they have to report it.
So you were not intimately involved in the decisions for your daughter's health as to what was prescribed to her or anything else. Is that correct?
Correct.
And they were giving her these medications to help with the brain cancer?
To help with the brain cancer, yes.
Okay. That's what you were told.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was told that I did not have a choice in the matter. I wanted Benadryl instead of gabapentin. I was told that I really didn't have a choice in the matter. And if you go against status quo, unfortunately, it's more or less be by your side, be by your child's side, because we lived in the hospital for 3 months. And it's either
It's a long time.
be by them, or you will be escorted out and she will be a ward of the state. So you really don't have very many options. So thank goodness, Senate Bill 773 actually came, and this is the Medical Freedom Bill, also known as Mary Lou's Law. And needless to say, my good friend Marlise, her mama passed away from different situations with COVID and whatnot. But this will allow you to have different types of treatment because it's kind of like an amendment to the Rights Try Act that was signed a couple of years ago. And so, yeah, this all amazing bills, and hopefully this one will be able to pass next session.
She's a beautiful girl.
Thank you.
So you got pushed into doing something about it.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that. You have to do what's right and speak up, even if nobody else is, to bring education and awareness
Absolutely.
as to what's going on in your advocacy.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate all that you do, because I know that we share something that we don't want to be a part of, but we have to continue to fight for other people's.
But when you see something wrong, you need to say something.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't just let it go
Yeah.
and be complacent. So you have a website, Love Someone with Cancer. And what's on the website? How can people be informed and educated?
So more or less, Love Someone with Cancer. I know this is such a difficult task and topic, and more or less, it's kind of upbeat. It's kind of more or less prevention of what you can do. You know, like the different types of clothes that we wear, different dyes, different foods, different medications that are actually, it's more geared to the women, more or less. Because women, breast cancer, ovarian cancer is very, very hard to detect, and it's pretty deadly. So it's just not children, but I want to save lives all across the spectrum.
Stay away from chemicals in your food. You're saying in clothing as well?
Yes. Environmental, even our water's not safe. Our food, our air. The type of brain cancer that she had was ATRT. It's extremely rare. Only 30 children are diagnosed a year. I found 5 diagnosed in the greater Houston area right after Hurricane Harvey, pretty much. So
you think it was something they were around or ingested or...
I do. I think,
something.
Because I started having seizures for the first time, and that's whenever she started having her regression. And so, needless to say, it's just one of those things that your mama gut is telling you that this could be a main contributing factor, and I can't escape it. And so I found 5 different families, and then some others diagnosed in previous years shortly after. And this is called NALD, N-A-L-D, and it's outlawed in every other country.
What is it?
It's a mosquito spray, and they have like airplanes. We've lived right next to a cow pasture. And so whenever it was actually ordered from the Pentagon to spray for keeping down mosquitoes, but it also kills bees, which is essential for our environment. And so, needless to say, everybody can get on board because it's the air that we breathe. It's killing the bees, and it's not really reducing the mosquito population. So
that's just one thing that we can do to avoid cancer.
Yes. So if we can try to pass something on the Congress level, I know that I'm more concerned about state, but if that's something that we can pass on Congress, then hopefully, because Florida's having the same issues, I mean, it's just really, really challenging.
Wow. So what else do you have on the horizon that you're going to try to get passed?
So I do want to pass a bill. It's not numbered or anything on the state level because we were medically gaslighted even after her diagnosis and after her passing away. I tried to obtain her medical records for 2 years, and the statute of limitations is 2 years. I don't think it's coincidental. Oh, your signatures look wrong. I'm like, you have hundreds of my signatures. Pick one, it's fine. But this was right during the beginning of COVID.
So you're not allowed to get your child's medical records?
I was not able to obtain, and some things look very falsified. So more or less like the gabapentin issue, the Benadryl, different things that we didn't have a choice in the matter. Those kind of disappeared.
Aren't those part of your rights?
It should be. And
isn't that part of HIPAA?
I know that HIPAA is a part of it, but all I had to do was call, sign something, and I did that over 4 times. Whether it be fax, through email, I was on the phone for hours a day and hearing, something, oh, we cater to your needs, whenever they didn't. It's kind of false advertising, in my opinion. But parents have very minimal rights. And not only that, but you don't have a choice with what hospital you go to. I found a loophole, thank goodness. So if you're at UTMB or at Texas Women's, like what we were, I was like, oh, can we go up to the Woodlands, Texas Children's? Well, you really don't have a choice in the matter. We have, they even blurped, we have a contract with them. We have a contract with them that all different types of situations like that go to Texas Children's. And she practically starved for 3 days because there was an emergency after emergency after emergency.
You're not allowed to take your child out and put them in another hospital?
I wanted to, but I could not.
They tell you can't take your child out of this hospital.
Correct. Pretty much. So more or less, yeah, from because we were at Texas Women's, and they said an ambulance is ready for y'all. And I've heard other situations of other families, say from UTMB. So even from UTMB, they were like, well, we have an ambulance waiting for you. You're going to go to Texas Children's. Oh, but I don't want to. Well, tough toodles, pretty much. So things need to change.
That's absurd.
Yeah, and not only that, but anytime that there is a childhood cancer issue, I'm tagged in so many different posts. Anytime that there's like Chris Beats Cancer. Unfortunately, I love Chris Beats Cancer. I think that's amazing that he has that choice to not do chemo. However, children do not. And you know how hard it is to make children eat their vegetables, and their fruits, and then also go through chemo. It's just not something that's realistic. All in a, utopia kind of world that would help, but antibiotics are given against your will, which there's a death rate. I mean, so many medical studies with antibiotics, and then with chemo, And then I was told that I couldn't even give her bone broth, which actually helps the brain. And papaya leaf actually upped her platelets naturally. So if you know of anyone that's going through cancer, give them papaya leaf because it helps platelets, white blood count cells, red blood count cells. And I'm not a medical professional. I just read lots of medical studies and state legislation. That's practically all I do.
So this is really all you have time for in your life, right?
Yes, yes. I mean, helping people and trying to save people's lives, that's all I can do.
Wow. It's a lot, but you're getting successful, right? It sounds like you are.
I hope
you're
so.
getting things done.
I think more awareness is being spread.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's just amazing because I'm just a mom, you know, and I love everybody's babies as if they were my own. Because, yeah, kids are precious.
Well, what's the
We're
thing
both
that
gonna get
really,
teary-eyed.
really gets your goat is your hot button about all this?
I shouldn't have to co-parent with the government or hospitals.
Your child is your child.
Amen.
To raise and make decisions. So, lovesomeonewithcancer.com is Sarah's website, and she encourages you to reach out to her with any questions you have
Absolutely.
about your child or anything else having to do with these matters and parental rights as to medical decisions. She's a medical freedom activist
Yes.
to help because she saw a problem. She lost her child because of it. How long ago was that, Sarah?
We lost her in December 2019.
2019.
So it's coming up on 4 years.
4 years ago. Taylor. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show today and bringing awareness. And I hope somebody who sees this, hears this show, reaches out to you.
Well, thank you so very much for having me. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate you.
Thank you again for listening in, and thank you to our sponsors, Roger Stein Chiropractic and the Lake Conroe Realty Group.